Hey everyone, the Dark Knight is here. In Humans in the Loop, Nema belongs to an indigenous community in the village of Jharkand. She has recently ended her Dhuku marriage. In order to support her children, Nema finds a job at a local data labeling center, where she discovers how the artificial intelligence system functions for the global clients. Nema's desperate survival attempt with her children occurred due to her breakdown from the Dhuku marriage. Humans in the Loop exposes the audience with a strange marital system of the tribal societies in Jharkand that has no legal status. Dhuku is a tribal practice among the Boers who cannot afford the expensive traditional marriage banquet required by their community. Therefore, a man and woman live together without a formal marital ceremony. The man is Dhukua and the woman is Dhukni. And Dhukni women as well as children produced in such tribal practice will face severe consequences in the society. But the film didn't stretch over the horrors of the tribal system, because the film was more focused on the post-breakdown of Dhuku. In Humans in the Loop, there's a scene at the beginning when Nema visits an office to pass a Captcha Test before joining. And we can relate this scene, because we all suffer the anxiety of crossing the first lap, which is passing the test, no matter how easy it was. And the film picked the precise moments where our nerves and veins crush the momentum of obviousness. The effortless answers become rocket science. The examinee is mentally lost in the dying seconds, and unusual troubles failed them. And the film dramatized so well. The way that poor woman was unable to submit the test and spotting the error gave a relatable intense feel. In short, the Captcha Test sequence captures the precise tension of completing the test. Nema is the central character in Humans in the Loop. And considering her life folded in misery, her character has been cared with deaths. Nema has a blessed heart that adores nature as well as creatures so much that she teaches her daughter to carefully uproot the sweet potatoes to avoid damaging the plants in the surrounding and fill the soil back so that the insects and other organisms are protected. The detailing of that mother-daughter scene shapes into a broader angle when the AI is programmed to disturb the nature. If you observe in Humans in the Loop, when Nema was a young girl, she had a strange interaction with a porcupine who sparingly appears, observes her, and runs away. Years later, Nema's daughter also happened to see that rodent, and the latter ran away. Porcupine is a solitary animal that generally avoids human contact but retreats if it senses them nearby. Porcupine has nothing to add in the story. Therefore, Porcupine's quality of self-defense can be a metaphor to Nema, who had her personal struggles throughout life. Maybe Porcupine sensed its nature in Nema and intended to break the natural system and come closer to a human. Humans in the Loop showcases on how the AI phenomenon reflects on people from the rural areas. Burdened with rigid circumstances, Nema enters a workforce getting engaged with the spectacles of the AI. As she grows herself in it, she understands what the AI wants from humans. Guddu's first walk concocts with Nema, correctly drawing the skeleton in the clip, for which her senior praises that she taught it to walk. In Humans in the Loop, a thoughtful moment arrives when Nema observes that a worm is to be labeled as pest so that the AI-driven machine kills them from precision. But she doesn't want to, because the worm, according to her, is not to be destroyed. She believes that the worms only eat the rotten part of the leaves, so killing it is against the nature. After pointing the error, Nema emphasizes a very thoughtful point that AI is like a child. If we teach it wrong, we'll learn it wrong. But the big bosses abroad wants it to be labeled as pest, so she is scolded for not doing so. Later on, her boss uses AI but gets a disappointing response that makes her realize that Nema was right. And therefore, this opens the whole systemized miscalculation of using the AI against the nature. And for the sake of profiting from the multi-trillion-dollar AI industry, the usual functioning of the climate change and ecosystem looks to be compromised by using the brain of an indigenous woman in some Indian village. How much wrong has been pictured right by the middleman of the AI phenomenon is a scary imagination. This scene was not just a part of the film, but a wounded question getting silenced and buried in the truth yard. Humans in the Loop emphasizes on being responsible to feed the correct information to science, because the artificial intelligence communicates with the human responses, either correct or incorrect. People around the world are stereotypical to the geographical, cultural, and communal norms, so the data feeding they receive builds the same expectations. When Nema's boss searches Indian tribal woman, AI gave unsatisfactory results because the subject was never cared. So later on, Nema began to label what she believed was the accurate information, whether the people abroad like it or not. Why Humans in the Loop is so thoughtful is the very fact that in 2025, misinformation has been the root cause of all political evils. Because misinformation misleads and threatens brainwashing and spreading ignorance and hatred like a pandemic. I find Humans in the Loop in having a strong command with a fresh idea of bringing two different worlds on the same page. An indigenous single mother of a native village experiencing the artificial intelligence. Realistic performances by the actors led by Sonal Madhushankar as Nema. A striking cinematography and a carefully written screenplay. The film respectfully sits at mere 72 minutes, which is more than enough for a fresh plot to work on the audience. Humans in the Loop is the nature's predicament that invites the audience to observe things on a broader scale, understand the value of things bestowed on us, and try to bring awareness among the new generation, and teach them their duty and responsibility to the nature as well as the technology. Today, the world is amazed with the AI. Who knows what's next? I'm Knaik.